Hey, how's it going? I hope everybody's having a great week. Just wanted to check in with another weekly video. And today is kind of like a special edition. I just wanted to just check in with just some great conversations that I've had today. And just feeling the love, trying to be helpful and then just receiving it right back is in the form of appreciation. I had two great conversations this morning from people I had never talked to, just doing my daily calls or whatever. And when it goes just so far past real estate into a point where it's like, just talking about life and talking about what's going on and future aspirations and what's going on now. I'm in this situation, but I'm trying to get here. Like, and anything that I can do to help to try to push that forward, whether or not there's a real estate deal there or not, like it's just a beautiful thing. And I had two of those calls like back to back today, and it just kind of like fueled my energy. There was like 2 hour calls or whatever, just back to back, people I never had talked to before in my life. So first one, she kind of reminded of me, like obviously I don't know her and I don't know her situation, obviously just meeting her, talking to her, and without putting too much personal information, it's just just a kind of summary of what the conversation was, is that she kind of reminded me of myself. um I've had that guess at the age, early 30s, late 20s, something like that. And she was talking about, she was doing well in her career, super smart, and she was wanting to think about making her first home purchase. Now that was the age that I was when I made my first home purchase. And my career, like, before that, it was all about college, and then it was all about advancing in the career. And then when I got steady, I'm like, okay, well, what's next? What's next? What's next? And if you're in that headspace, you're always thinking about what's next, right? And so, that's the point. Like, so like when I got through college, then I got in my job, and I started thinking about ways to save money or whatever, because it still wasn't enough, right? You hadn't got the raises and everything. And so I got on the Dave Ramsey plan and fix my credit or whatever. And she was talking about that. She was like, I'm fixing my credit. I'm working on paying stuff down and stuff. I was like, yeah, I know that's like a rite of passage. And when I did, like, it changed my life. It changed my life. So I was like, that's when I started getting, like excited about the call, because I'm like, that's the same age you got into real estate or whatever. And like it locked my rent down, like mortgage or whatever. Like my mortgage back then was like $300. Like people couldn't believe it, like because it was like when the prices crashed or whatever. I bought in like 2008, I think. And mine was like $300. And I ended up paying that place off. And like through my debt journey or whatever, first was the car, then the student loans, um what else, the credit cards, obviously, and a little miscellaneous stuff. And then the only thing left was the house. And I was like, this house didn't even cost that much. It was a townhouse, actually, and I think it was like $45,000, and it was doable. I mean, that's like a car. And I did that, like double, triple up on the payment, like it was hustle time. And I think it was like 5 or 7 years, like when I got it paid off. And I was like, whoa, like I don't know anybody with a paid off house. So then you start getting in a different plane. It's like, this is crazy. Like, what happens when you have some crazy plan and it works? And I'm thinking about her. I'm like, what if she was to get into a situation like that? And like, so the next step was I got a rental property. Um, and it ended up, like, from the sale, like I made some money off of the house. And part of that money, like I bought a rental property for cash. And right now, like fast forward probably like 5 years, probably had like 4 or 5 years probably. And I like being a landlord, okay, but it really ain't my thing, honestly. Like I don't really check the property that well. I stay busy doing other stuff, so I'm not like over there like checking the condition and all this kind of stuff. Now, I would characterize myself as a good landlord as far as fixing stuff. Like they asked for something, like I'm sending a guy. I replaced the whole air conditioning system, like 7 grand last year. Like that knocked out the whole rent for the year. So like I broke even. Like, but still, it's a brand new AC system in there under warranty, so it's a beautiful thing. So it worked out. But right now it's an eviction type situation. I'm like, oh man, like I'm thinking down, I'm down on it, right? But I'm like, can't be down on it because like the market done went way up. Like if they move out and then you sell this thing, you're gonna make a big pile of cash. So like when you make those decisions, like to better your life, like a lot of times, like it's really hard to lose. Like if you just keep on doing it, like right now, like making the decision for the next step. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I'm just thinking, it's like she's telling me this stuff, and she's like, "Oh, well, I want to be a real estate agent." And I'm thinking, like I'm about to be 2 years in the business. My first year was tough, and my second year, like I'm excelling in the market. And I'm like, "How do you do this?" So I'm giving her as many tips as I possibly can. Like, do this, watch this guy. Like, this is how you pass the test or whatever. She's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm already on it." I'm like, "Okay, if you have any questions or whatever," I'm like, "I wish there was someone there for me." In that situation. And she watched my video, subscribed to my channel. Obviously, part of the inspiration of this video, and so cool. It's just cool. That's just a cool conversation, and you don't want it to end because it's like this person is changing their life. Like, and it goes far past real estate. Whatever her situation is as far as real estate, like it went so far past that, and it's just a beautiful thing. Second person, she was I think looking for a rental or whatever. So I don't even know. There may be business for us. I don't really do rentals like that. But just talking to her, she was like, "Yeah, I have a love for cooking or whatever. I want to get a food truck. Just right now, like I'm trying to find a place to stay. So that's the primary focus." And I'm like, whoa. And then she's like telling me like her history or whatever, like a Mrs. Winters that she used to work at or whatever. And I'm like, I hate Mrs. Winters. Like, I'm saying, I don't know if anybody works at Mrs. Winters. Like, I'm not hating on Mrs. Winters, but just personally. And it's like, she's like, no, not mine. Like, ours, like, we did our own recipes. Like, and everybody used to come to that. I was like, that's talent. Like, if you could make that taste good, then you did something right. Because I'm like, like, I'm a churches guy. I'm a church. If it ain't churches, I don't want it. Um, but yeah, and it was just so cool. And we got to talking to her. Is like, this is how you set up, like from a real estate perspective, like you're very much your small business or whatever. What is this timer? You're very much a small business, so it's all about marketing. It's all about trying to get new people and everything like that. So I'm explaining this stuff to where I'm like, okay, well maybe you could start a business, like where you do ads like on Facebook, and you sell plates or whatever, and you have, it's like, I can't really deliver. Like, what if you had people come to your house? And that word of mouth is crazy. Like if it's good, like what you're saying, you know even if you lose money on it, like you're investing in your business, like even if you lose money like on the ad or whatever, like you still connect with somebody. And if they come back and if they tell a friend, I mean, that stuff can really take off. And I was just talking to her, and that one went like an hour or two, and it went so far from real estate. It was so cool. And another one, which wasn't a phone call, but it was a text information, just checking on one of my recent clients that work with home partners, and she was a truck driver. And she did really well. She's just so driven. She just so like, I just love when people just like they find their own energy and just like harness it. Like it's a beautiful thing, because like sometimes it's hard to get the energy up and get going or whatever. And like honestly, I feed off of it. Like when people just have that drive or whatever, I'm like, why not me? Like I should be doing it too. You know what I'm saying? And that just keep me going. Not that I'm not self-starting or whatever, but she's a truck driver. And obviously, with the self-employed person, with the lender, you got to have that 2 years, generally that 2 years of income on your tax return. So that's what they kind of look at instead of W-2s. Like if you're an employee, they look at W-2s and your job and all that. But you are the job if you work for yourself. So you got to have that tax return right or whatever. So that could be a challenge with somebody that's even if they're making a lot of money, if the tax return don't look right, like it's like sometimes you can take too many deductions on a tax return, like doing smart tax wise. But then when it come time to show someone how much you made, it's like, oh, you made a low number. It's like you really didn't, but you just took a lot of deductions trying to avoid tax, which is smart tax planning. But it can kind of backfire sometimes, and that's what happens. So, anyways, she got in the house, doing great, loving it. You know, she got a truck. She about to get another truck. She put both of her daughters on, got CDLs. Like, I'm just saying, this is like unbelievable good news because it's been like only like a month since I talked to her. Like, all this is new, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to get this loan to buy this house back from Home Partners, because she about to get her tax return or whatever." So it was very much a temporary thing, and I'm like, it's going crazy, and I'm about to take that to my other clients that are truck drivers and give them that same information. Like if that lender works out for her, then we got it because that's how my other truck driver clients. I told them about Home Partners and it's working really good. And now we can pass that lender along too and get them straight into the mortgage process to buy their home back too. So it's very much a circle of just like if you're being helpful or whatever, like it'll come back to you, and then you could pass it to the other person. You could pay it forward, and then people be paying it forward to you. It's a beautiful thing. So today just been one of those days. Like, oh yeah, I got a big transaction. That's close to closing. Could be my biggest deal ever. But like that, and it is a big deal. That is a big deal. I'm no lie. That's a big deal. But just like how people make you feel and how you make them feel, like it lasts longer though. It lasts longer. Like if you have a meaningful conversation and you could help somebody in their life or they could help you in your life, like that's what it's really about. So like that just happened today, and that changed the whole trajectory of my day. Even I got this big deal going along, and it's good, and just a good day on the whole. You know, hump day is usually kind of a drag, trying to get through the week, but it's been working out today. But anyways, thanks for checking me out. Have a great day. Let me know if you need anything. And yeah, continue every week, Wednesday, more videos. Keep beating y'all across the head with these. And yeah, thanks for everybody that's supporting. Have a great day.